a broom, walked out of the event hall. He was tired, he was done, and the party went on. So if you think that the party will not go on without you, think again. Hey beautiful people, yeah! Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoy watching this video, please like it now or at the end of the video, just in case you love it. My name is Abigail David Aja, and I'm your favorite neighborhood event planner. If you've been here before and you came back, thank you. Please don't forget to leave a comment below asking us questions or telling us things that you want us to talk about. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love you guys. So today we'll be talking about time management in events. Stay tuned. I hope you learn one or two things. So, like the popular saying goes, time flies by when you're having fun. However, for event planners and for people organizing events, the truth is most times you wonder, where did the time go? Because when you're very busy between getting the event or deciding to have an event and then eventually having the event, it just goes. At the end of the day, an event that seems far away, maybe 5 months to go, 1 year to go, whatever time frame you have, all of a sudden you wake up and the event is just here. How do you avoid starting an event planning and messing things up midway, during and before events? So for starters, why is time management important in events? First of all, time management is important to keep your event on track, on schedule, and within the budget. Why are we thinking about budget here? Now, if you've watched our budget video, then you should understand what budget is. If you've not, please go back and watch that so that you get what I'm referring to when I talk about your budget. However, when we talk about time management affecting your budget, what we're focusing on in that moment is the fact that if you have 1 month to plan your wedding, all your vendors, regardless of the service they are providing, because they know you don't have time, you don't really have a lot of options, and most of the vendors you may have wanted to work with would either be fully booked or unavailable for the day. Most times when you're working in a very short time frame, most vendors charge you extra. You cannot attack anybody. Nobody then send you to do nobody then send you to do last minute. Do you understand? So you can't even attack them for overpricing you for coming last minute. So somebody that you would hire for maybe 1 million naira 5 months to the event can charge you 5 million naira 1 month to the event, and they will just tell you, oh, it's a rush. There's nothing you can do about it. So time management is very important to budget. Everything falls back to money, because you can't have a party without money. It's your money that will help you, organize your party. Time management ensures that you have the capacity to get the job done. Very simple. Effective time management needs to go further than just ensuring that your event runs smoothly and within the time frame or schedule that you have. For event planners, good time management is more than just having the skills or having a plan. It's also knowing when to say no in simple English. For event planners, apart from just, oh, I can handle the event, or I can work on the schedule or whatever, you need to know when to say no to a client. A client that comes to you. I've had a client book me 2 weeks to their event. Did I handle it? Yes. Will I want to do that again? No. Like, you actually charge extra when there's a crunch, when there's a time constraint. But the funny thing is, outside of Africa, outside of Nigeria, you can't really, there's no there's no room for the lackadaisic attitudes that we give in Nigeria. There's no room for it. So in Nigeria, somebody can say, I have an event next week and I'm coming to hire you today. Even if you charge them 15 million, they would handle your event. But abroad, That wouldn't even work. Yeah, short time frame is between 4 to 6 months. That's what they say. Oh, it's within a very short time frame. Because ideally, in other countries, they start planning events 1 year ahead of when they actually want to get married. Unlike we in Africa that leave it to when it's closed, then we'll not be like, oh, all hands on deck. A smart event planner knows when to say no. It's not a bad thing to say no. Sometimes these people need to hear you say no, because at the end of the day, you don't collect money. If anything fails, now this one is for our event planners, and also for you people that want to plan your event. If you cannot work within the time that you have, just ask for help. I don't know why people put themselves under some form of pressure. I really don't get it. I know that we have couples, men, women that are watching this and they're like, well, this one doesn't concern me. Hold on, wait, let me explain. Have you ever heard of a situation where a bride gets to the church and the officiant tells her, I'm sorry, your time slot is over. We have to, move on to another couple. We'll come back another day. We can't join you today. Right? It happens. It happens. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's church. Like, if it's a month, whatever, there is nothing you can do about it. That starts with time management. Why would you as a bride get to church 2 hours late because you are the bride and they will wait for you? I know a church that actually they charge their couples money per minute, like once you get to the church late, per minute, or I don't know how they do it, but they charge you fees. Like, you pay money for coming late, you would pay. For keeping them waiting 1 minute, you would pay. Even if it is 30 seconds, you would pay. That makes you responsible, makes you more responsible. Now, time is something that people don't like talking about. It's like the most boring part of event management, but it's the most important part. You don't want to get to your hall and everybody is tired because they've been waiting for you for hours. It gets me so upset when you see brides or vendors or people get to events like it's your birthday. You said we should get there by 7. You're coming by 12. Who do you think would sit waiting for you for 5 hours? Who? A lot of times, people have eaten and they've gotten home before some couples get to the reception venue. It happens. So don't think time management doesn't concern you. It concerns all of us. We, the guests, we, the planners, we, the organizers, sponsors, we, the vendors. I'm talking to all of us. It affects even with the family members. All of us that know that we're supposed to be at church by 10, but it's that same 10 we are waking up because we are not the bride. It affects all of us. So I know a lot of you fight with me when I'm done with this. No vex. In advance, no vex. But this, we need to talk about it, because I asked a lot of people what really upsets them or frustrates them when it comes to events. I spoke about food the last time. This was the second important case. Like, this had the second highest number of people saying it's their major problem. So we all have to be held accountable when it comes to time management in events, to be honest. So if I upset you anything I say, no vex. Tomorrow or whenever we'll sort ourselves out, but please still give me thumbs up. Anyway, common misconceptions when it comes to time. Different people think about time differently. That's the truth. And don't forget, before you even start an event, everybody have their individual characters and attitudes. Some of us never get to anything early. Some of us get to everything late. And we kind of translate our personal characters to events, forgetting that for events, we're not working personally now. We are working with a group of people. Anything we do or don't do would affect other people, right? So it affects all of us, basically. So misconceptions, I'll talk about misconceptions in different angles. So misconceptions for the celebrants, that is for the bride, groom, celebrants, organizers, people that actually have the event. What is their misconception when it comes to time? Number one, it's my day, everybody waits for me. I lie, my darling. If people wait for you in your personal life, kudos, well done. You have good friends. Don't bring that to event. Don't bring that to a party where people will be older than you. They will take out time. We actually enjoy a lot in Africa, to be fair, because we don't understand the value of time, because we're not paid at the office, we're not paid per hour, we're not paid anything per hour, so we don't understand. When you actually are paid per hour, you will understand the value of time. You as the bride, it's your day, it's special, I get it. But everybody would not wait for you. Imagine somebody is being paid per hour, has to resume their work by 5. And because you were being insolent, you got to your event hall by 4:30 and they had to get to work late. Then they are not paid for that hour that they got to work late. Do you think they'll be happy? If you were you, would you be happy? Let's be fair. Number 2, everything revolves around me. Without me, they cannot move on. You see, it's funny because I'm saying these things and it's bringing up a lot of emotions, because I have seen it play out. I've seen some people be very unconcerned about people's time. I've seen a bride wake up by 6 after she knows that she's supposed to be in church by 9. She wakes up by 6, takes her time to shower and prepare. She's not ready for the hairstylist till 7. Hairstylist had another client to work on that same day and had to keep the other bride waiting. That's somebody's business you're playing with because it's your day. That's just wrong. I'm sorry. Like, you can go late. I actually say this thing a lot of times. You can go late to other people's events. Nobody's waiting for you. But when it's your event, yes, they are waiting for you. But I've seen some really, really nasty MCs go on without you. Like, you're the bride. They'll be like, oh, the couple is on their way, but let's come and dance on the dance. Like, the event's gonna happen. We had a situation where a groom walked out of the event hall. He was tired, he was done, and the party went on. So if you think that your party will not go on without you, think again. Vendors, I say some of you will beat me after this video because I'm coming for everybody. It's your turn. Number 1 misconception for vendors is that the clients will not do anything without me. The event cannot go on without me. As the caterer, I can come late because they will not eat until I get there. So they can't do without me. Really. Really. I brought her money, had earned money, and hired you to feed my guests. And your nonchalance to normal things in life, you bring that to my event. I'm sorry, but I will never hire that kind of vendor again. I don't care how delicious your food is or how good you are at your job. I'm sorry. I think guys will think this is specifically for you. Everybody. Every single vendor, the photographer. A photographer has come 3 hours late to an event before. So when you see this anger, it's annoying. I have a friend that is a makeup artist, and I know what time means to her. Sometimes she has 2 brides in a day. Imagine the first bride was late. She would come late, so the second client will wait for her. Obviously, the second client can't go to where she's going without having her makeup done. So, misconception number 1, they'll wait for me regardless of the time I come. Number 2, this one is the one that pains me the most. Even if I get there late, I have not breached my contract. Now lie. In short, I think we should start adding time frame. I do that, funny enough. But I think we should start adding time frame when we're booking vendors. Okay, you're supposed to be at the hall or at my event from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you do not get there by 9, you've breached the contract. And you know what's funny? Vendors are very quick to tell you that if you do not hold up your own end of the bargain, then you'll be charged extra. They forget that if they don't also hold up their own end of the bargain, they're supposed to, maybe pay you too. Abby, now only they want your money. You spent money, right? So if they come late, they're also supposed to pay you for the delay, right? That misconception that even as long as you make it to the event, you've not breached your contract is a lie. Making it to the event is one thing. Making it on time is another. Last time we spoke about food. Imagine that your food vendor gets to the hall hours late. Forget all the planning you've had. Forget all the things we spoke about in that video. If you've not watched it, please go back and watch it. Forget everything. It's rude. Because if they come late, even if you have everybody waiting, everyone is already impatient. All your guests are already impatient. So even if you have your ushers, your coordinators to handle all that, and you even have more than enough food, they're already hungry. So they're not going to listen to what you have to say. Everyone just wants to be satisfied. I have people that once they're hungry, that is over. There's nothing you can do. They will eat. So if they need to beat people up to get to the food, they'll do that. And all because a vendor came late. Nah, man, let's do better. So as I said, now today. No vex. But this one, this particular problem that causes lateness and that causes delays for vendors. A lot of us say that it's my job, it's my work. I can't say because I already have a client that I'm not going to take another job. What if the second job is going to pay me more than the first, right? Double booking. So because you've double booked, lateness to one of the events happens. That's what causes it. Time management is not rocket science. It's not. Double booking is one reason why a vendor can get late to an event. You as somebody that wants to plan an event, I'm sorry, I can't advise you on how to avoid your vendor's double booking. Just pray you have a sensitive vendor. I, for one, I always say I cannot take more than 2 events in one town for one day. And the 2 events, they must be within close proximity. I can't be having an event in Ibadan and be having an event in Lekki, Lagos, and I feel in my mind I can take the 2 events on the same day and I want to be present for both. It's not possible. Either you discuss with your clients and explain to them that you'll be sending somebody there, or just forget about double booking for that day. But we vendors, and all of us, let's talk. We do not want to lose out, and it's fine. Just always make sure that you have backup plans. Don't link your logistics together. If you have an event in Ibadan and you have another event in Lekki, please have 2 completely different logistics companies handle them. Because I've seen where one caterer had 2 events in 2 different locations, and it was the same car that took it. In Lagos, in our Lagos, Haba. She went to the first location and dropped the food. On her way to the second location, the car got stuck in traffic and she got to the second location so late. Almost all the guests had gone home. What are we doing? For me, if I hired you, I'm sorry, loves, but I will mess your, I don't even know. If I hired a vendor that did that to me, I don't know how we would sort. It'd be like I don't even know where you guys will meet us to sort our case out, because I will not let that kind of vendor go. Because when it's time to collect money, vendors hold your neck, they choke you, you must pay. But then they go ahead and collect money from multiple people for the same day and mess things up because of logistics. Please, let's do better. Please. I'm going to say this maybe 5,000 times in this video. Let's do better. I beg. Now for planners, I say it go reach everybody. It go reach all of us. For planners, what causes lateness for us? It's not my business what the other vendors do. As long as my workers and everything I've done is on point, it doesn't affect me. It's a lie. I don't know. I feel like I don't even know if you guys want to watch this video. I'm sure some of you stopped watching from the very first one I said. But it's the truth. Let's hold ourselves accountable. You can plan your event to the T, but execution is most important. Timing. Imagine you have planned for fireworks to go up by 7, but because you guys started the event late, you're not even available to see the fireworks that are going off by 7. What's the point? So as planners, please, even though you're not all the vendors, there's a reason for schedules. There's a reason for you having your vendors' contacts. Reach out to them, find out what's going on, find out where they are, plan with them, discuss with them. Don't just sit down and be like, well, as long as I'm not the one that caused it, I'm fine. It's not true. Your job is going to be messed up if your caterer comes late. If your drinks vendor doesn't come at all or he comes late, it's going to be on you. So you are responsible for everybody, including the client. I've had to beg a vendor before. She had another client and my bride was late. Will I beat her? No. But I had to beg and I had to make it up to her. Matter of fact, she was supposed to wait back and touch up the bride. But I had to make an agreement with her on the spot because in my mind, I'm like, you have another client. If I was the vendor or if I was the planner for that client, I wouldn't take it lightly with you, no matter the excuse you give me. So I had to strike a deal with her. Okay, instead of you coming back to touch up, make it up to that client by touching up the client while your assistant works with me to touch up my own client because my client caused lateness. That was the way we were able to sort that out. Since my client caused the lateness, my client had to let go of that particular vendor doing the touch up for her. That was our way of sorting it out. So to be fair, you guys, like, consider people. Be considerate.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give this video a thumbs up. If you learned something new, please leave a comment as we'll appreciate your feedback. Kindly turn on your notification button so you know when we post part 2 of this video. Thank you. Bye.